This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up, squad? So Lance Rivera, who used to work closely with Biggie, took some shots at Cam'ron regarding his performance at the Verzuz battle with the Lox. Basically said Cam would have done better if he had performed more tracks from his Confessions of Fire album. Cam'ron didn't take that lightly and clapped back on Instagram, not just disagreeing but exposing some personal stuff too. Let's listen to what Rivera had to say first, and then we're going to break down Cam's response and why he felt disrespected. Let's go.
Records from Confession of Fire, he would have done a better job at the Verzuz in Madison Square Garden. Because all of those records from Confession of Fire was #1 records in New York City.
Comments about his first album, Confessions of Fire, saying that he don't perform songs from it.
Well, I mean, if he had performed records from Confession of Fire, he would have done a better job at the Verzuz in Madison Square Garden. Because all of those records from Confession of Fire was #1 records in New York City.
Comments about his.
So that was Lance Rivera's take, and Cam'ron responded with heat. On Instagram, Cam didn't just disagree, he exposed some serious personal business. He said that while Lance might be right musically, the fact is Cam had given him over $20,000 in the past year because Lance was homeless and sleeping on someone else's couch. From Cam's perspective, if he helped you when you were struggling, the last thing he expects is for you to turn around and publicly criticize him. Cam also mentioned that Lance had been asking him for business connections, trying to get plugged into book deals and movie opportunities. So now, Cam sees this interview not as honest feedback, but as a backhanded betrayal from someone he supported behind closed doors. As for the critique itself, Lance argued that Cam overlooked his Confessions of Fire hits like 357 and Horse Amp Carriage during Verzuz, and that those tracks could have made a big impact. He said those records were #1s in New York and would have changed the energy of the battle. But Cam probably felt those songs didn't match the tone or pacing of the moment, especially when the Lox was bringing raw, aggressive energy. At the end of the day, this goes beyond performance strategy. It's about respect, loyalty, and whether you protect the people who held you down. Cam made it clear this wasn't over, ending his post by saying he's going to speak more on his It Is What It Is podcast and told Lance not to try calling him now that the truth is out. This situation shows how personal history and music business can clash in a big way. So what do y'all think? Was Lance out of line, or was he just keeping it real? And did Cam go too far in airing out Lance's personal struggles? Let me know in the comments.